guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Misa again, and I know it has been such a long time since I have seen everybody, and I want to say thank you for coming back and thank you for coming to watch. I have moved out of Colorado. I'm no longer living there. I miss it a lot, but I am happy to be back in my home state. I have not quit smoking. I'm still going at it as great as ever. A few things have changed, you might notice. I have Ariel red hair now, and I have lost a lot of weight, guys. I've lost like 50 pounds, really a lot. I gained quite a bit of weight when I first came back, and I got on a diet, and I really got going. I cut back on the munchies for a while, and so that's where you'll notice all the difference with me. But as for myself, I wanted to do something a little different today. I wanted to show you guys actually a recipe. Since I've come back, I've been doing a lot of baking, a lot of cooking, and a lot of things with edibles and learning to make butter and learning to cook different recipes and do different things with edibles. And so today, that's what I wanted to show you guys. So we'll do something a little bit different this time, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, what we'll be making today is called golden curry. It's a Japanese curry, and it is delicious. It comes in this box, and this is just the powder that you use to make the curry. And inside this box is a little package like this. It's all in Japanese. You can't read it anyway. Well, yeah, maybe you can if you can read Japanese, which I can a little bit. But you can get this at Walmart or anywhere, and you can see I've already used some of it. Inside, it comes with this. This is like a powder paste type of thing, and this is just like a base for the curry. For golden curry, you can use any kind of meat you want. I'm going to be using beef today. You can use beef, chicken, shrimp, pork, whatever you want, whatever you prefer. And to make it special, we're going to be using Canna butter, and I'm going to be making a tutorial soon, the next time I make a batch on how to make this, but it's very easy to look up a recipe online or find a recipe that works for you. I personally use a crock pot, but a lot of people use double boilers, one pan inside of another pan, which is pretty much a makeshift double boiler. I think there's also a method where you boil the butter with water as well, which is similar to the double boiler method. But I personally use a crock pot because it's easier and the cleanup is easier. And I also use clarified butter. I clarify my butter first. So clarifying is taking the milk solids out of the butter. And basically what it does is it makes it very good to use for anything that needs to be cooked at a high temperature. So like grilling, sauteing, anything like that, it's really good for those things. So let's get started, and I'll show you guys how to make Japanese golden curry in the way that I like to make it. Okay. I'll angle you guys around so you can see my stove. This is my pan that I'm going to be using, and you can see here I have already made a pot of sticky rice, and you can make whatever kind of rice that you really want to go with this. So to start, I'm going to get some of my butter. I use about a teaspoon, but it really depends on how much meat you're going to be making, how much you're going to be using. I already have a little in my pan, but we'll add a little bit more. You want to let your butter melt, let it run around the pan. Yes, I am pulling out a bowl from the stove. I brought that out here because old habits die hard, and why not keep ourselves amused, right, while we're cooking dinner? So as the butter melts, over here we have our beef that's been defrosted. I'm going to take that. Now, guys, I've already heated the stove up and my pan is already pretty hot. So, you know, obviously let your pan heat before you go throwing the meat in it. I'm sure we're all familiar with how to saute, so I won't give a long lecture on how to saute your food. Well, I guess other people like to do it a little differently, but before I put my meat in, I like to pepper it up some and basically just add a few of whatever spices I'm kind of planning on using other than the curry stock. But the curry stock, since it is a little bit of a paste, we're going to wait to put that in. What I put in just now, this is actually, I don't know, it's called 30-second salsa. I guess that is the best way to describe it because I guess that's what it is. It's H&H brand, and I actually got this at a food or trade fair and when I was living in Colorado, and it is so delicious. The idea is that you can take this, it's like a powder mix. And I'm not getting paid to promote them or anything, guys. It's just honestly good. This is like a powder type mix. When you look inside the package, it's like dried herbs and different things, different seasonings and spices. And they come in hot and mild. And I have one of each. And they're just so good, guys. These are just awesome. Awesome product. If you like spicy, if you like anything like that, like salsa or like good spicy seasonings, then definitely pick some up because I put it in everything. The idea is that you can take this and throw it in a can of diced tomatoes and it'll make instant salsa, but you can use it for so many other things besides that. Okay, so now that my pan has heated up, we're just going to add the beef in. Do not put the paper in there like I just did. That is not a good idea. And then we're just going to saute our food. And since my pan is already hot, I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for just a minute. These are just beef tips. I just use beef tips because I really like them and they're cheap and they cook up really fast. A lot of people don't like them because they say they're too tough, but it just depends on your personal preference. You can use whatever kind of beef that you want to use. Okay, so some water. I'm going to fill up a measuring cup with some water to have it ready because that's what's going to make our curry gravy. And if you want to put vegetables in this, you can put vegetables in as well. And you want to put those in while you're sauteing your meat. I am going to add some onions. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm going to add some onion personally because I really love onion. But you can add whatever you want. I've seen people put in potatoes, carrots, other kinds of roast-style vegetables, just any kind of vegetables that you personally enjoy. I'm just going to cut some thin slices of onion. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll put those in as well. just so you guys know a little bit of what I've been up to since I've been gone, I guess I will talk to you while I'm cooking. In case you guys didn't know, I was married when I was living in Colorado, and I'm not anymore. Single, guys! Single! And ladies as well. But anyway, that did not work out, and I'm back in another state. I'm not going to tell you where exactly, but I am living closer to my family and closer to a lot of the friends that I left behind when I left my home state. I've been really happy here. I've been working. I have a job finally, so that is a lot of why you guys haven't seen me around. But things have been going well. I still have my 3 cats, and we're all doing well and happy. I am living in a new apartment, and things are just working out well for me now. If you guys have any comments or questions, or if you're just wondering what I've been up to in the time that you haven't seen me, then of course feel free to ask and let me know. You can leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Okay guys, now we're back. The meat has just about cooked all the way through. We can give it a little extra. We don't have to cook it all the way through, basically, because you're going to be cooking it a little bit more once you put in your sauce and gravy stock. I just have some onions in here for my veggies. I don't really have any other veggies to go in it right now, but the gravy is so good. There's really no problem with eating this beef with not too much accompaniment. The curry is so good it really can just stand alone by itself. So what we're going to do now is just spread the beef out evenly in our pan and take our curry paste. And I always use 1 full block. You'll see underneath they're separated in blocks, and you just break it. They just break off really easily because they're just like paste. And I have about a cup of water here, almost a cup, a little bit under, and I'm just gonna pour. I put about half a cup in. And you can turn the heat up a little bit for this part. I have the heat on at about medium heat. I'll turn it up to a medium high and just take your curry paste or powder and just kind of break it into little pieces. You can break it apart and sort of smush it and crumble it in there. And as the water heats up, it's going to dissolve and make a really wonderful, delicious gravy out of that water. And if you want to add any other spices or flavorings or anything that you didn't put in while you were sauteing your meat, then now would be the time to do that. Okay, wait for the water to come back up to a boil, and then give it a stir. I mean, the paste dissolves almost immediately. You can see where it's become more of a gravy. It's got more sauce and more of a color, just almost instantly. Just mix that around and make sure all of your kind of little chunks of gravy have dissolved. And you can let it boil again. I'm going to put the heat back down. Put the heat up a little bit too high, so I'll turn it down a little bit. you can feel free to, if your meat is done all the way, if you trust your meat at this point, feel free to give it a little taste test. Mine's not done all the way, but I eat rare steak all the time, so a little undercooked beef doesn't scare me. Chicken, shrimp, anything else like that, I probably would feel a little more apprehensive, but beef, I don't worry about it so much, personally. Now, undercooked beef can make you sick. That is my disclaimer, so nobody come back and try to say that I made you sick. I'm just going to adjust my spice level a little bit because I want it a little bit spicier. The curry sauce I'm using is medium hot. They do make a mild version if you don't like so much heat. I have looked for a spicy version, but I have not been able to find one. I'm not sure if they make one. And right now my gravy is looking a little bit thick, so I'm going to add just a little bit more water. And how thick you want your gravy is definitely a matter of preference. Some people like really thick gravy, some people like really thin gravy. It's just up to you how thick you want your curry to be. We're going to serve it over rice. So, you know, if you want extra sauce, not a problem. You can just always add a little extra rice to soak it all up, or I mean, hey, just put it in a bowl and go to town if you like it soupy. It is really completely up to you. Okay, another quick little taste test. Still not quite spicy enough for my personal taste. A little more spice, and maybe we'll try just a drop of habanero sauce. Maybe, let's see. We'll start with one and see how we do. Okay, mix that in. I love habanero sauce, but since this isn't a Mexican dish, I don't want to give it too much habanero flavoring. I want to stay kind of authentic to that curry flavor. Yummy. I think maybe a little bit of garlic powder. Love garlic. And just a little more spice. And I think at this point, give it one more taste. Perfect. The last thing we need is a touch of black pepper. Guys, are these not the coolest salt and pepper shakers ever? Look at these tops. These are like Joe's Crab Shack tops. And I got these cool bottles. These are soda bottles, but you can actually put anything, like you can use these lids with anything. You can use beer bottles or just like anything that has the shape of beer bottle neck, and I think they're just like the coolest things ever. Sorry, I'm a nerd. Okay, I'm just going to add just a little more water because the gravy will thicken up if you leave it on the stove. Like the longer it cooks, the thicker the gravy is going to be for people who aren't like familiar with how gravy works. Not everyone is a cook, and I wasn't for a long time. I didn't know how to cook anything for the longest time, so just in case some people didn't realize. And that's it, guys. That is really it. You just let it come back up to heat, and you're done. That is everything you need to know about how to make Japanese curry. And this is our end result. I don't know if you guys can see this, probably not very well, but it's definitely got a thick, delicious gravy and sauce. I'll admit, it's kind of brown colored and not like the most appetizing color, but it's just delicious, guys. Trust me, you are not going to be able to beat this. So, I hope hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope you enjoyed that it was something a little bit different today. Let me know what you thought. Leave me comments, thoughts, encouragement. What would you like to see for your next video? Do you want another smoking video, another recipe? The canna butter tutorial is coming up very soon, so you guys stay tuned, subscribe, and watch out for that one. Again, I'm Misa, and I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'll see you next time. It was great seeing you. Bye, guys.